that live stream again. We were about 5 minutes into the last video and it conked out. I apologize for that. So we'll just do this one all over again. Again, back at home. Wanted to get this one out, so we're back on track Tuesday morning. Got to start the day talking about Tesla. It has clearly entered mania mode. It was up 19% yesterday, and I believe 20% as of this recording today. So pretty crazy stuff. I am afraid this is 2020's Bitcoin. Everybody's talking about it. Everybody's trying to get in. I am curious, if you're watching this, do you own Tesla already? If so, what price did you get in at? Maybe you're a next Warren Buffett and you can see these things coming. I do have to suspect at some point it's going to reverse and it's going to get a pretty big haircut, but we'll see about that. I am glad to be back in the U.S. That virus went from a non-discussion when we arrived, and 12 days later was something everybody was talking about. Went from nobody wearing masks to mask shortages. It was pretty exponential growth in just people being concerned. And again, people were staying inside. Schools are being shut down for 2 more weeks. I think China growth is going to be hit significantly if what I hear is coming true. Somebody just put out a case today that it would be sub 2%. Really could. With half the country being on shut down, it's going to be pretty scary. But we're starting to see the world impact of this. Right now there's 20,000 cases. I think it's 10x bigger than that. I don't think we're getting told everything. I think they're building hospitals in record speed, 8 or 9 days. Um, you have Disneyland and Apple, and now you have Macau shutting down. I don't think we're being told the whole story. China's never been the most forthcoming. So we're going to see. There was some discussion on my last live stream about the mortality rate. We'll have to see what that really is. But clearly, the travel industry, oil industry, big machinery, and just today, copper. Copper is getting hit. It's down 12%. China's been a big user of copper. But this is going to ripple through steel, cement, even the agricultural purchases that were supposed to come from the phase one trade deal, likely not going to occur. So um, this is really a significant hit to the global economy, and we will feel the impact in the U.S. There will be many, many, many U.S. companies that cite this virus for a weak Q1. So again, oil's down, copper is now down. What's going to be next? I do find it pretty obvious that the travel industry is going to get hit. China is now asking Macau to shut down all their casinos, which again just tells you how bad it is over there. Um, Again, it's getting pretty scary. On a different note, did you see that the UK is going to ban the sale of diesel and gas cars or gas vehicles by 2035? 15 years. I thought that was pretty interesting. Going to go all electric, I guess is what that means, which is interesting. And then obviously the Iowa caucus. Did you guys see what's going on out there? As of right now, we don't know who won. And it's, what day is it today? Wednesday? Tuesday? Tuesday. I have no idea what it is. I'm so confused. I think it's Tuesday. So we should have heard last night, and then we're going to hear this morning, and we haven't heard. So just interesting what's going on. There's something about the app and the tallies not adding up or being just different from each other. So somebody hacked the Iowa caucus. I don't know. So really some interesting stuff going on. Again, Tesla, be careful. 2 days in a row of this kind of pop. Probably not the best time to get in. China's in trouble from growth, right? Talking sub 2%. Half the country's shut down. They're trying to inject liquidity, but I don't think this is something liquidity can help, right? Lower Fed rates, lower cost of capital. It's not going to help if nobody's spending money. This is a different animal. This isn't loss of faith in the financial system, right? This is, I don't want to go outside because I'm going to catch something and die. This is a different kind of thing. So the thing I'm really looking for with the China thing is, when do people turn on each other? Because so many people have been stockpiling food and stuff, but if they stay, on lockdown for weeks on end, that's going to become a problem, and we could really hear about some social unrest. I certainly hope it doesn't get to that point, but it could. So we got to be careful of that. Travel is going to be way down to that part of the world. There are people changing flight plans all the time, I bet. Um, Heavy machinery, commodities are going to be hit. We just saw copper today. This is all going to ripple through. Going to lead to a slower global economy. Many U.S. companies are going to be hit, so be careful. But there's other stuff going on in the world, right? The UK, again, banning the sale of diesel and gas automobiles. It's interesting to follow. Then, of course, we have the Iowa caucus. For me, it's about figuring out how well Bernie Sanders did, right? Bernie Sanders is right now the boogeyman to the stock market. He's the one who's declared he's a socialist, right? He's a declared socialist. So he is frightening to think about being the Democratic nominee. Isn't he also an independent? How can he win the Democratic nominee as an independent? But I don't understand. I don't understand politics, so I don't get it. I just got to figure out how it's going to impact us as investors. So at the end of the day, we're tracking consumers. Right now, consumers in the U.S., it's a blip on the radar.